Okay, welcome, amazing parents, to day one of our consistency challenge. I'm so excited that you're here with me live today. So, a quick introduction if we haven't met before. I'm Dr. Lindsay Emerson. I'm a psychologist, I'm a mom of four, and over the next 5 days, we're going to transform how you think about consistency in your family. So, my goal is to help you integrate practical strategies to see improvements to family dynamics quickly as we head into 2026. So all you need to do is show up here each day this week at 11 a.m. Pacific time to be a part of the 5-day consistency challenge. So as people join here, before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you joining me from today? If you want to pop a little note in the chat, and that'll let me get my chat's comments here pulled up. I'm coming to you from Santa Barbara, California. And I know we have people from all over the world who log on to these, so this is awesome. And let me know what one word that describes how your morning has been going so far is. And so I know as parents, we're often busy, we're rushed, I was cold today because one of my kids left the window open. It took me a while to figure out where the draft was coming from. So drop a little note in the comments. Let me know where you're joining from and how your morning's been going. And I hope that it's going well or it's about to turn around with day one of the consistency challenge. Okay. I love this amazing parenting community. Awesome. Thank you all for joining. Okay. So let's get started. If you're just joining, welcome. I'm Dr. Lindsay, and this is day one of the 5-day consistency challenge. Today, we're going to be talking about the foundation of all positive parenting, unconditional positive regard. So stick around. This is going to be good. And be sure to grab your free consistency challenge guide with all sorts of helpful resources beyond what we can cover even during these 5 live sessions. You can grab that at drlindsay.emerson.com/consistency. Okay, so let's get started with unconditional positive regard. This is the bedrock of every positive interaction with your child. It means that your child always knows that you love, respect, and believe in them, even when you're correcting their behavior. So it's not just unconditional love. That is sort of this innate love that you feel for your child, regardless of what they do, right? Most parents feel this sense of unconditional love for their child. Unconditional positive regard is a term that was developed by psychologist Carl Rogers. And it goes beyond that unconditional love concept to describe how we value an individual's worth and how their worth is constant regardless of their behavior. So you as a parent can be unhappy with a specific behavior, but you're never unhappy with or disappointed with your child. So it's separating the behavior from the child. And that's a really important distinction. So because the main goal here is for your child to learn, and that's really a trial and error process, right? Your job's main role right now in their life is learning, developing, growing. A lot of that happens through trial and error, so we can't expect perfection from them. We need to expect they're going to make mistakes along the way. Mistakes happen and we can learn from them, but we don't need to shame and judge kids to help them learn. So drop a heart in the comments if you love that concept, because unconditional positive regard for me is just the foundation of my parenting practice. Now, let's talk about the phrase connection before correction. This is a phrase that I want you to just tattoo on your brain. Connection leads to cooperation. So before you can effectively guide behavior, you have to have a strong connection with your child. And when we lead with warmth and patience and understanding of the developmental stage that our child's at, then our connection is strong and our corrections actually land. They actually stick and lead to meaningful change. So every misbehavior makes sense when you think about it from your child's developmental level. And with parents in my coaching program, I always like to talk about different theories of how the brain is developing at different time points for kids, because it helps parents realize, oh, that's why they're thinking this way. That's why they're asking a million questions. That's why they had misinterpreted what I said. There are so many critical aspects to cognitive development that can help parents understand the why behind their child's behavior. So you can really believe that the misbehavior is related to their developmental stage. So, for example, a 2-year-old isn't trying to manipulate you. Their brain literally can't regulate emotions yet. A 5-year-old who won't share isn't selfish. They're learning social skills and they're right on track, normal development, and we can guide them, but we don't need to rush them. Now, I love talking about developmental stages with, as I said, parents in my coaching program. I could go on for ages, but what I want to do here is focus on the practical parenting strategies that you can use to help boost your confidence in this consistency category. So let's talk about the practical application. And if you're just joining us now, we're on day 1 of the consistency challenge. It's a 5-day challenge running all week, and it's starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So welcome, you're here. We're about halfway through day 1. So glad to have you here for an amazing 2026 for all our families. So let's talk about the practical application. We've been covering unconditional positive regard and how do we bring this concept into our daily parenting practice. So instead of, why are you always so difficult? Try, I can see you're having a hard time. Let's figure this out together. The behavior needs to change, but the relationship stays strong. Let's talk about some real life examples. So you have a child roughly aged 1 to 2. So when your toddler throws food, instead of yelling, get on eye level and calmly say, food stays on the table. I love you, and I'm here to help you learn. For your age 3 to 4-year-old, when your preschooler hits their sibling, stay calm and say, I know you're frustrated, but we don't hit. Let's talk about what happened. For your 5 to 6-year-old, when your kindergartner lies about homework, respond with curiosity, not anger. I'm confused because I saw something different. Let's talk about what's going on. When your 7 to 10-year-old your child starts talking back disrespectfully, first take a deep breath. Then you can say, that tone doesn't work for me. I respect you and I need the same. Let's start over. So you're maintaining the relationship, but responding to the specific behavior with corrective feedback. Now, why does this matter so much? When children feel fundamentally safe and loved, they're more receptive to your guidance. So it's not about being permissive. It's about being the loving authority figure that your child needs. And any correction or consequence must be built on this strong foundation. That's why we're covering unconditional positive regard as day 1 of this consistency challenge, because it's really the foundation of everything else in your positive parenting practice. Now, it doesn't mean we don't have consequences. We don't want to veer too far towards the permissive side, but you need to have that warm foundation first. So I've created a free consistency challenge guide to accompany this 5-day series. It includes worksheets, examples, links to videos with a deeper dive on each concept, all sorts of great stuff. You can head to drlindsayamberson.com/consistency to grab your copy. And it's okay to print it, but it's really best to view it digitally because it includes live links to send you to more resources. So trust me, you're going to want that reference guide. Now, this is day 1, and we are just starting with the foundation for this reason. Everything else that we'll cover this week will build on this concept of unconditional positive regard. Starting tomorrow, we'll get into practical consistency strategies that will transform your daily routines. And by the way, consistency is just one of the 5 key areas where intentional effort makes tremendous impact on your family dynamics. And I call them the 5 C's to amazing parenting. So whether you're watching this live or catching the replay, comment consistency to let me know that this first tip resonated with you and that you're on board for the rest of this week's consistency challenge. challenge. So don't forget to download your copy of the free consistency challenge guide at drlindsay.com/consistency and check out that digital version for the live links. It's going to be your best friend this week for the rest of our consistency challenge. If you're not already following me, then hit that follow button so you don't miss days 2 through 5. Each live will also be posted on my profile after we finish. And I'll see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time for day 2, where we'll talk about daily rhythms. You've got this, amazing parents.